you mentioned Keyshawn. I know he didn't fight that night. We'll get to the Cortez and all that, but I want to play this little clip. This is some funny shit because I was, I ran up on him and they had all the pundits asking him about Teofimo, and I want to get into that because we recently heard like some crazy shit. He claims he knocked out Teo Pops or some shit. We'll get into that, but like I said, I was a little saucy that night. It was real drunk sports shit for real. So everyone's talking about Teo and this and that and this. And so I asked them, I said, yo, I just shouted out, on some drunk shit like, yo, what about Frank Martin? On some dumb shit. And the nigga shot me a look. I don't know if you remember that shit.
Nah, for sure.
Nigga just shot me a look and then he went back to the interview. And then after the interview, he came over and he signed the glove and all that, and I dapped him up. But he has some interesting shit to say. I'm gonna play this clip right quick.
Appreciate it. You keep talking about that boy from BBC. He ducking $1 million contracts. Why the hell I'm paying attention to? I ain't giving no fucking $1 million.
No down. Let me get a fake right now. Yo, and I found that shit interesting when I sobered up the next day and I looked at it and shit. Shout out to my man Q. He said, I said, Frank Martin, he goes, you keep talking about that boy. I only said it once, by the way. He was acting like I was shouting out the nigga name for 10 minutes or some shit. But he was like, you keep talking about that boy, that PBC boy, he ducking $1 million fades. I ain't paying attention to him. I ain't giving that nigga no $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So, which is, he's obviously referring to the Shakur shit or whatever, right? Keyshawn coming off a nice, big, in my opinion, a big win, right? A lot of people say he caught him on the, on the back end of this shit, but the Jose Pedraza one was big on the Teo card.
Win. Very big win. One of Tank Davis's biggest wins.
Yeah, one of Tank Davis and Pedraza's been in there with Barbosa. He's been in there with Comey, Ramirez. He's seasoned. It's a very nice win. We all know, like, former champion. Yeah, that's like a rite of passage. Real quick before we get into the rest of those Shockey card, where do we see the path for Keyshawn in your opinion? Bump, go first.
Man, Keyshawn is the sky is the limit because there's a couple things about the brother. One, he's charismatic. When he's talking, you want to hear what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You tuned in. Two, he's got the skills, right? Three, he's interesting because he's not unhittable. Like, you could touch him occasionally. He just doesn't care that you touched him and goes about what he's going to do to you anyway. So he's a compelling, exciting fighter. He's got power. He knows when to box, how to box. For me, looking at these guys, if we put them on the table, Tank is the class before him, so he may end up whatever with that. But between Shakur, the Devin, the Frank, the Michelle Rivera, that class, he's the most exciting right now to watch. Yeah. Right now, he's compelling, he's captivating. He's got the mouthpiece. He put your favorite hero, Teofimo Lopez, on notice. You know what I'm saying? For the people who are watching, he put him on notice. Like,
Teo was in the building the other night. He walked right by us. Go ahead,
yeah. Teofimo put the book on his mouth. I didn't disrespect you, brother. I just come on now. It was an olive branch happening, as opposed to, I ain't say that, but we could get it in. You know what I'm saying? So beating Pedraza is huge. The way he beat Pedraza, 6-round stoppage. You know what I'm saying? So Keyshawn is the limit. Keyshawn is he's for me, out of that class, he's that dude right now.
So Keyshawn, for me right now, and I'm glad we mentioned some of those other guys in the discussion, because I'm not saying this as a divisive statement. I'm saying it as a decisive statement. Keyshawn will have the better career at Top Rank should he decide to stay. He'll have the better career at 135 than Shakur. And the only reason that his career at 135 will be better than Shakur's career at 135. I'm talking about what they do at that division.
Just at 135.
Just at 135.
Okay.
Because at 135, Keyshawn is showing audacity. Shakur maybe presents that he's willing to fight, and we know he's been treated like a star, so he's been offered fights and presented as, whatever. But Keyshawn is going out there and getting it as far as being in the mix, not being afraid to engage. with the crowd as well. And one thing about it, you know, like you said, he looked at you and kind of gave you a look, but he felt that because he understands that he wants to be mentioned in the conversation. And if you're going to mention Frank Martin, in his mind, what has Frank Martin done? What is
I was
Frank
trolling
Martin?
him, but yeah.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
What also makes him special is if Tio is approaching this kind of mastery troll marketing character, then Keyshawn jumped right on it and said, well, listen, you trolling Bud Crawford. Now I'm going to troll you. I'm going to troll the troll.
Yeah.
So Keyshawn, if he's that masterful socially, he's going to continue to develop masterfully in the ring and bump hit it on the head. Like he's hittable, but he has a, he liked to fight. He likes to fight. And not to mention that night when he was there, he was trying to walk Tio down and engage him. And Tio was, you know, spinning him. So it's just what I keep saying about a fighter that wants to fight, that stands out and has the audacity, not sitting and resting on their laurels and on their skills. This is somebody that's just trying to develop as a fighter. One more piece of information.
Yeah.
The kind of guy I think ultimately, I know he said he wouldn't fight any of his friends or guys that he considers friends. But I think that, you know, if he fought somebody like Tio and he won, I think he would respect Tio and he would be even more respect. A lot of people don't think he would stand a chance in that fight. Why is he calling for that fight? But like I said about Jahai Tucker, I think Keyshawn, he feels like he can only make himself lose. He can't be beat. And that's the kind of audacity you need. So respect to him, respect to his position on cannabis. He put it down for a second.
Yes, sir.
You want to feel these emotions. You know what I mean? You want you to feel that look he gave you. If he was smoking, he might have been like, man, go ahead. But he ain't had no green. So he like, yo, who the fuck? So it's a different character that you know, whether you want to see how he is now, what do you want, what he develops into, all eyes will be on Keyshawn in that 135 division.
He's a good kid too, though, because even though he shot me that look, and I was kind of tweaking him a little bit. You know, he came over, he signed the glove. You know, he dapped me up, he took a pic. Cool, class act, cool dude. Let me ask you this: shout out to Keyshawn. And he also like you posted that that little story. He actually liked the story on the IG. So he's watching. He's gonna be watching. He's probably gonna be watching this. As far as the Tio shit, I don't see Bob. That's, to me, that shit is all a waste of time, man. At this point, like this, it's too undercooked. I don't see Bob making that fight. I know they're trying to put pressure, you know, in the media and everything. And I see Tio swerved him. And we all know I don't dislike Tio, but I'm not a real big Tio guy. I don't like the whole racist shit. And people tell me he's not racist. And he may not be, but I don't like the little shit to come out of his mouth. And I don't want to get personal. I want to keep it as unbiased as possible, right? But I don't think at this point, if we get the Tio who fought Josh Taylor, I don't think Keyshawn could beat him now. We get the Tio for Loma. We get the Tio, the flipping off the top of the rope, football jersey, Comey beating Tio. I don't know if he could beat that guy. Now, if he gets the Jermaine Ortiz guy, and we're going to get into
Martin Tio,
Sandor Martin Tio, or even the Cambosis Tio. I know he said he was hurt, but I was in the building that night. He dropped Cambosis. Another story for another day. I don't know if he beats him, but I think I don't think no way Bob Arum does that fight. What do you guys think?
I think ultimately it's a makeable fight. Now listen how I laid it out. Tio's trolling Terrence Crawford. What else does he have going on? Because at 140, what does Top Rank have? They just let Barbosa go. They just let Ramirez go. Maybe they can do some friendly work with Golden Boy. Maybe
Eddie. Yeah, Eddie.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But so, you know, they don't got much work at 140. Yeah. So if they can sell that as a super fight, remember, built on the courage of fighters like a Jahai Tucker, you know what I'm saying? That's jumping out there and saying like, yo, you know, 10, 11, whatever, how many fights in, I'm trying to get my shit off against the best. I can't sit around waiting. How many times you going to send me out to Tulsa to fight before I'm in here for a strap? You heard? So will Top Rank make that fight? They like in-house shit because otherwise you got to pay somebody else to bring a belt in, you know? Now, flip side of that is because what I think is happening, and who am I? Just some guy, but I be knowing. Maybe Ray Murataya and Shakur is being set up at Top Rank. So where we might say, yo, Murataya and Keyshawn, that would be a good fight. But here's the problem. What I tell y'all, and no disrespect, but I gotta say, it's Brick City. Shakur don't want no parts of no fucking Tio. It's not like we got, you know, a world-class fighter like Shakur that's dragging his nuts and saying, yo, I'll fight Tio. I won't even let my little bro or whatever their proximity is. We don't have Shakur, a top fighter who is perceived at the level of Devin. Yeah, but he's calling out Devin. Well, if them motherfuckers ain't available, call somebody else out. He ain't the one calling out Tio, so it's Keyshawn's job. So all of a sudden, little brother becomes big brother.
But Tio, great point. And hey, my bad. But Tio at 40 though, I feel like they gotta finish their breakfast at 35 though. You don't think?
At Top Rank, it ain't enough work because what you gonna have, Shakur against Keyshawn? That's the best they got at 35. All the rest they had at 35 that they were serving up to Loma and serving up to Tio, they're at 140 now. Or they're not even at Top Rank no more.
Yeah, you're right. So they're gonna have to jump. Yeah, that's a good fucking point. Yeah, no doubt.
It's Top Rank diet. You gotta in-house cook this shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
So they should move. So you're saying they should go up to 40?
What I'm saying is they wouldn't be, not that he should, because that's what makes it a disproportionate fight. But if the man has the audacity and the willingness to move up to 140, Keyshawn that is, and fight Tio, it's the biggest fight Top Rank could make in-house. Tio.
But even though I was trolling, there was a time when we almost had the Shakur Martin, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole ducking $1 million fades and all that shit. And, you know, they look like they were negotiating and Frank pulled out the last second. Sure, not really clear why. I know he had the interview, but I'm not really clear why.
Bad advice, what I'll say.
Bad advice. Now, we know that. So they were coming together to negotiate. We know that, right? They had preliminary talks at best, right? About. So why couldn't we see a Keyshawn Frank?
Let me jump right quick, just because of what you said.
I don't mean to get you. You know, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna let you get some. But
when it's cooking, it cook. Let it cook.
Yeah.
I'm all over these motherfuckers, man. I'm all over them, man. Let me get on them.
You got the mid-top. Come on, yo. Don't take it easy on me, guys.
No, but listen, it's if Top Rank, right? Top Rank, they offered Shakur. Shakur offered Frank Martin $1 million, $1.5 million. That's the reports, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Can you imagine if he would have took that fight, and now everybody else, a PBC, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, at least he would have still been having some of that $1.5 million to sit around and do a bunch of fucking nothing, waiting for the Amazon dates.
Yeah.
So as to why that fight didn't happen, I can't imagine that it was Top Rank. We talked about what Shakur's situation may or not be. 5 fights for 15 mil. That's only $3 million a fight, right?
Guaranteed, though. I think
guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
And we all love this imaginary or whatever the back end is or isn't. I mean, not be disrespectful, but what I'm saying is, you mean to tell me Frank Martin and his team is fucking crazy enough to turn down $1.5 million? Shakur might have not even been getting 3 for that fight, or maybe he was only getting 3 in it. Like, he fucked up Shakur's money too. With that dumbass decision.
Absolutely.
So
and we don't got enough. No, we don't know what we haven't heard a peep from that side.
So now, are you gonna offer that motherfucker a fight again? I don't know, but the money probably ain't there because now we know Shakur can only get the $3 million, so they don't have another $1 million for Frank Martin this time around. So he either gotta take what Top Rank will give him, or that fight ain't happening for him.
And that was for a vacant too. Was that for a strap? That
for a vacant strap.
Right? It was for the vacant strap.
Yeah.
So he turned down $1 million and a chance to get a strap.
Him and Shakur was supposed to be fighting for the vacant that now Kambosos and Loma's getting ready to fight for. Now, granted, I think Shakur wanted Loma for that vacant, but they was trying to do Kambosos and Loma.
Loma don't want no problems.
No, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just go ahead, Bump. Don't let me
Bump, get in here.
I'm trying to figure out why. Now, the bad part about that is they want a belt, but if Loma or Kambosos get it, it's going back in hiding. Remember, y'all couldn't get fights when they had the damn belts. Teo had to go take the belt for it to be even disputable anymore. It might as well have been undisputed because he wasn't going to fight you if he didn't think he could win. Now it's disputable again. Now we're getting the Haney's versus Lomas. We getting the so if one of those two win it, y'all could kiss it goodbye because they're not going to bring it outside no damn more. So I'm looking at the show for Keyshawn can fight. Keyshawn Teo is okay. I mean, that's a fight we'll definitely pay for. But Keyshawn, go fight Michelle Rivera. Go fight.
It's a good fight.
You know what I'm saying? Go fight De Los Santos. Let's see where his kryptonite is supposed to be at.
That's all right. I'm not mad at that right there.
No, that's an excellent fight. Go fight see if Frank wants to smoke with you. See, or if, because you said what you said and he ducked $1 million fades, go call one of these dudes out who look tough, seem tough, but you believe you can get it done. Let's see what's popping. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's really popping. Because I think for like I said, the dynamic with Keyshawn is a little different than with Shakur. Shakur has to rely on his boxing a